It's moody, it's dark, it's gripping, and there's quite a lot of it to watch. What's not to like about Ozark?
Money. That which separates the haves from the have-nots. Patience, frugality, sacrifice. Deciding to invest in your family's future. And taking responsibility for the consequences of those actions.
Okay, so what's this all about? Well, Ozark starts with the Byrde family living in Chicago. Just your average family, a financial advisor as a father, a PR executive as a mother, and two teenage children still at school. They're just going about their business. Nothing to report here. Of course, that's not the case. That would be a terrible TV show. And this is far from a terrible TV show. Although everyone thinks that Marty is just a financial advisor, what he's actually doing is laundering money for Mexican drugs cartels. And when that goes wrong, his business partner ends up in quite a lot of trouble. And when I say a lot of trouble, I mean dead. And then Marty is left in even more trouble, or less trouble, as it were, but he's got an ongoing problem of how's he going to get the Mexicans off his back. The only way he's going to do that is by making them even more money. And the only way he's going to do that is getting out of Chicago. So what next? Well, pack up, take your family to the Ozarks, which for those of you who don't know, is Missouri.
Mr. Byrde?
Hello.
Trevor Evans, FBI.
Hi, what's going on?
We believe your husband's partner was murdered.
What?
Let's all stop playing this game, shall we? The lying, the running. Aren't you both tired?
We made a choice to move our family to a more peaceful place.
Of course, in a perfect world, Marty would have moved to Missouri, he'd be making loads of money for the drugs cartels, and the rest of the family would just be sailing around on the lakes, having a great time. But that would also be quite a boring story. So in fact, what happens is something much more interesting. The FBI continue to investigate him, and they chase him from one side. On the other side, you've got the cartel, and they're putting quite a lot of pressure on him and the family to keep the money coming in. And on top of that, you've got the locals. Now, the locals in the Ozarks are up to their own sort of criminal activities in many cases. And if they're not, they're just suspicious of Marty and his family. So he's got three fronts to fight on. And that makes for, well, you know, pretty good drama.
Relax.
Why do I have this feeling we both know that you'd be better off dead?
Oh yeah, I forgot to say, there's the Langmores. They're a local crime family who are pretty annoyed about Marty being in town. And although the Langmores are pretty bad news, there are parts of the family which show signs of redemption. There is Ruth Langmore, played by the excellent Julia Garner, and there's Wyatt Langmore, who is her cousin. She wants better for him and she wants better for herself, but that means that she's going to have to find a way out of this system, and one of those appears to be teaming up with Marty and his family.
Hi, Daddy. There's some shit you should probably know before you get out.
And the Langmores are just the start of the problems for the Byrde family in the area. There are plenty of strange things going on behind closed doors, and there are plenty of people who've been there long enough that they don't want outsiders coming in. And I know that everyone always says the scenery is like an extra actor in the show, but in this case, it really is one of those shows, like Breaking Bad, with that kind of sepia, dusty Albuquerque feel to it. This is a show that has a real mood, and the mood comes from those lakes and mountains in the background, and the kind of grainy, graded way that they filmed it to make it always feel blue, always feel grey, always feel quite dark. And that brings a real tension to the show that oozes out of every pore.
Marty!
We're gonna kill your family and be done with all this madness.
Jesus, Marty, he knows the kids' names.
Last chance for witness protection.
And like all great dramas, this is a show where the good guys aren't always that good. And the Byrde family, and especially Marty and Wendy, really aren't up to that much good a lot of the time. But you want them to succeed, and you're not quite sure why. You don't really feel that good about yourself for rooting for them. But ultimately, the good guys are just slightly less bad than the real bad guys, and there's plenty of them in this show. This is one of those shows that will keep you thinking, keep you guessing, and ultimately keep you binging until you've finished every episode. And you're gonna love Jason Bateman and Linney in the lead roles in this show as Marty and Wendy Byrde. They're acting off the screen and they are playing the roles of their lives. It must have been a lot of fun to play these characters, and they're really making sure that the audience understand that.
This is just another betrayal, isn't it? How long have you been planning this?
You have walled me out.
Ow! If you like well thought out, brilliant, gritty drama, especially if you're keen on narcotics trade in the background, then this is the show for you. It is one of the dramas of the last few decades, and it's something that you will not be able to stop once you start. So get onto Netflix now and watch Ozark.
Money is, at its essence, that measure of a man's choices.
What'd you do today for our family?
Thanks for watching the video. Well done for getting to the end. Don't forget to press the like button if you liked it and to subscribe to the channel. Leave in the comments below what you think of Ozark and check out all of the Screen OD videos available. They'll make your TV viewing life even better. Until next time, we'll see ya.